Okay, so what we've done is we've taken our slats. Everything has been sanded, top, bottom, 45-degree angle, beveled on the sides, and everything is smooth. Put them in the steamer, and like Mark said, we're going to steam them for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to put them into the form.
Okay. And what comes last?
And once they cool, then we're going to take them out, and then we're going to set them up where we hold the bend in them until we're ready to start putting them together. So we'll be back with you.
At this end, when we're all done, you're going to slide this rod in like this. We're going to hit them all down at once. There's no need to mess with the rod until we get them all in. You're going to hold them down. Your end will be cool. Nothing to worry about. And when we're all done at this end, well, actually, as we go at this end, what we're going to try to do is this will just kind of keep them in tight. So we'll put the first one along here, and then each one will be right next to it, and you'll just kind of keep pushing this in. When we get all done, we might have to fight with it a little bit, but we'll get this in all the way, which will keep them pinned in place. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Grab a rubber mallet out of there in the lower left corner. Sometimes there's enough pressure over here that we need to keep a little persuasion, so let's just have it here when you need it. Okay, so I'm going to get off to the side of this so we have room to work. And why don't you guys come around on this side because you'll be able to see better what we're doing here. And we just want to pluck it in here, and not with any rush, but just very, very smoothly bring it up and over.
Need some space.
Okay, we're all set? We got everybody here? You're missing it? No, we got everybody. Good. Down here, and right up to the stop there. Okay, up and over.
Look at that.
Okay, good. Don't worry about it. I'll get it started.
Just gonna lock it in
Bring
there.
the whole box up here. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Correct.
But they really got this down to a science.
Okay, up and over right next to the other one.
No. You're not supposed to?
Yeah. Again, so that you can keep the sequence
If you put them
when you
together.
put the acid.
We'll lay them out when we're done and remember them up.
Gross.
All right. Good. We got a solution to that problem. It's not the first time we've done it.
It's also, I'm just impressed at how, like, he's got everything. He just go from one step to another.
Is it hot?
They're pretty hot, not too bad. I've done it without gloves sometimes, but it's more comfortable with the gloves for me. It's the same defect, it's the whole board. We'll have to deal with that after. One more. Okay. That's all. Okay, go ahead and tap it now. One more tap. Good. Beautiful. That's it.
Neat.
Okay, so we had a minor grain imperfection on this plank here that all these boards came out of, and several of them have just a slight grain tear out there. Not a big deal. We'll fill those with epoxy, we'll let it set, and we'll sand them out, and they'll be fine. We have to bend them later.
How long do you,
20 minutes in the box.
20 minutes in a box?
The rule of thumb is an hour per inch of thickness. So 15 minutes ought to be enough for these, but we're giving them an extra little bit. You're bending nicely. part of the class. Everybody takes this class. Oh, baby. Can't believe it's working. There you go. Good? Yeah. One more. Okay. All right, there's your end in down there. All right, now we gotta push this baby in here.
Next thing we're going to do is we're going to be drilling the cross pieces, in which our rope is going to go on the side where we can tie off our lashings for when we load the gear on. So we're going to do that now. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this out of the form and we're going to put it into a temporary jig to keep the curls in, and then we're going to clamp it in.
Alright, now let's flip them over. Okay. So now we're just going to slide them in here. So, well, actually, you know what we should do is give them
Well, we got to decide that when we're pulling out. You gotta remember,
That's true.
this is the last one, and this doesn't have anything on it.
Well, why don't we leave that one on the end?
Yeah.
We have another?
I think so. Hang on, let's check. Let's see. But this is the one we're gonna replace with this one. This is the secondary one.
Right.
Right. All right. So momentarily, this is in the jig, and we are going to do final assembly from the jig itself. Okay.
Okay, box should be almost. I see steam coming out of it. Let me see what the thermometer says.
Let's see what we got here.
Neither one of us have a header.
Okay, so the last of the cross pieces, the toe piece and the rear piece have now been sanded, and they will be ready for application and assembly of the sled, and we'll be doing that tomorrow. So you remember those three little cracks that we had in the runners there, where we had to actually fill those up with epoxy, and most of your new adhesives nowadays are stronger than the wood that you're actually gluing. So we put them back in here. Took a cabinet scraper, scraping it out clean. We did find that we had one gouge that's in here, and I just don't know if I'm gonna actually take this one out, put the secondary one in, or just leave it alone, because once we get done, Mark just blew up the video. The instructor blows up the video.
Sorry about that.
So we're gonna figure out whether or not we're actually gonna leave this one in, keep the pattern, or put in the secondary. So who knows? We'll figure it out when it's done.
Stagger at different stages of the operation, which is good, because we won't all be trying to vie for the same tools and space and at the same time. But we're all closing in at the point that we're going to be starting to put the headpieces on pretty soon. So once the runners are clamped in the jig, you've got things reasonably even. In some cases, in this case, Brian was able to get these pretty close to being even and stay put just fine. On that one there, we were having a little bit of trouble, so we clamped a couple of what we call cauls, clamping cauls, C-A-U-L-S, across here to hold it while we were setting things up. But eventually we get it even. We get the ends of the strips nice and even. On that one, we're having to trim the strips a little bit. We get the headpiece installed so it's centered, the same amount overhanging on each side. We have to fasten the headpiece in place. So we've got this mortise that's cut in the headpiece. That's the groove that's sliding over the ends of the runners. And just by eyeball, we can pretty much say, well, that's about the center of the depth of that mortise. And we take a straight edge, a ruler, and we draw a line. You know, we marked it at both ends at what that center depth was, made a nice straight line across. And then in this case, I mean, you could get crazy and measure this out by eye, or measure it out with a ruler or dividers, but you can just look down at it and say, okay, there's the center of that one, and I make a little cross mark here, and here's the center of this next runner, and make a little cross mark, and so forth, going across. These are generally these are pretty snug, tight fits, so we don't have to worry too much about it moving while we're working. Make sure you sand with the grain though, because when you cut across, you make scratches that are going to show if you when you finish it.
You're all by yourself in here, huh? Why don't you come on in and join us?
All right.
Great.
Look at that. Look at that. Almost looks like I knew what the hell I was doing. Dude, that is good. Look at that. That is like, that's going to be so perfect. It's going to be right in the trough.
You know what I just realized too?
What?
We're going to put the cross member on here.
Yeah.
That's going to get 2 screws in each one.
Yeah.
It's going to be right. You can line it up right where the. So essentially what we've done is we've put a
the first cross piece, and this first cross piece here will be even with the hole that's in the top of the tub. This is where our rope is going to come down. Now, visually, we're going to take the rest of our cross pieces and work our way all the way down to the end of the toboggan. And that's what we're going to be doing. We can take it out of the jig, and once we remove it from the jig, we'll just flip it over. And we'll just put these in place and go from there.
Well, that's good.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Oh, the other one's ready to be tied too?
Yeah.
Alright. Put it in the rope.
Where's the rope? Where's the rope? Where's the rope?
Oh, you guys take the rope.
Last cross piece right here. Now we're going to even this out on the tail. We're going to put the tail piece on. We're going to put the rope on, and we'll be done. Man, look at that. Done. Fini. Little sandwich. That, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how you make a toboggan sled for trekking. Yeah.
Not yet. We still have a knotty problem to deal with. Better than that, so it's easier to work with. I think it's slightly smaller diameter, but
Right.
more than sufficient. You would hold that there, so they can measure what we need. We got rope ears up there too. Okay, thread this. Got it in the row.
Nice.
Oh, you did. Oh. Well, you got a hole, but you didn't drill. I'm losing something.
He's got a hole with no screw in. Because he has rope through. Yeah, but he
Right,
has a hole
right,
right in
but
the
the hole is drilled. We just need to put a screw in the hole now. Is what I'm
Great.
saying.
Dave, come here for a second. Look at this.
Nice.
As long as the rope's in there, if you put the screw in, it goes through the rope, it's not gonna bother you.
Nice. Everybody got toboggans. Nice. Awesome. Woohoo! Hey guys, so Adirondack Folk School, upstate New York, and built a 6-foot toboggan sled. We're going to use this one for trekking. We made this a little bit thinner than the other video, or the other sleds that we were doing. We made this one for trekking. We made this one about 12 inches wide so that it goes in the trough of the snowshoes. And so that's what we got right here. And come on up, Adirondack Folk School. Inexpensive course, great teacher, tools, everything that you need. And you can have one too. We'll finish up after we get home. We'll put some tar varnish on it. We'll wax the bottom, and then we'll take it out and we'll get some snow.